Hello, Stratters, it's CreepEvee back again I am back this week, but this is our second video of the week. I'm still trying to get used to this new schedule thing. Um, but we are back playing our infinite combo retraction, helix, nettle drone, reckless fireweaver, battered golem, impact trimmers, shield sphere, ornithopter thing with banishing knack because it's the same card as retraction helix. I really didn't know what to call this deck. I just went with helix combo because that's the best summary of it I can give. But just to give you guys a reminder of the deck, in case you forgot. I know that I forgot to put the deck list in the description of the last video, but I will put it in this one so that you guys can check it out. Otherwise, we're going to jump straight into the game. Alright guys, looks like we're playing first. Three faithless lootings and a mountain, and a ponder. Let's try it. Let's go for it. Our opponent is Anonymous. Perhaps he does not know how to spell anonymous, or perhaps anonymous was taken. But anyway, I'm not going to pick apart this man's username choice. But we discard the mountain and the faithless looting. We already have another faithless looting in hand, and I don't want to discard anything else, essentially. That is a pretty island. I wonder how much the Guru Islands are on here. Okay, let's play an island, play a ponder. So retraction, helix, and a nettle drone. So we can actually win the game with that. Alright, so let's do that. So let's say no. Let's cast Faithless Looting and discard. Retraction Helix. And let's discard a battered golem. I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, because I want to keep that mountain, I think. And so, if we played... I'm just trying to think about what our best choices would have been there. Like, if we kept Nettle Drone and Battered Golem, that's still kind of a long way out, and I don't really know what our opponent is playing. It looks like our opponent, well, obviously is playing something with blue-green, but playing a lot of draw control, which is not usually what you see if they're playing Simic Elves. So perhaps, like, a Turbo Fog? But anyway, it's just my guess, but we'll play the Nettle Drone down. Wait a minute, is his avatar Dak Faden? How do I get that? I want that. Dak Faden's super cool. I really like Dak Faden, he's cool. I mean, I like a Johnny, and so I enjoy having a Johnny as my avatar, but I mean, Dak Faden. Sorry, I'm over here gushing about Dak Faden. He's just a really cool character. Well, let's get down to it. Let's keep playing the game instead of me talking about Dak Faden. I don't have a crush on Dak Faden or anything. I just think he's kind of cool. But so if I had to guess based on the draw spells, because you don't usually see that with elves. Thornwood Falls. I guess it might be Morosatron. I just feel like we would have seen a Tron land by now. Let's play Faithless Looting. We could have Faithless Looting last turn, but I don't know. I wanted to just try to see where things went. I know that isn't exactly a brilliant explanation, but now I kind of wish that we would have done that last turn, possibly. This Faithless Looting is just kind of difficult to do in this deck, because depending on your hand size, it's just going to cause you to lose out on cards. Okay, so this is Turbo Fog. That's what I was thinking. Could have dispelled that, but I'm really not worried about attacking with Nettle Drone, in all honesty. Oh, I forgot that it won't untap. But of course, if we play Shield Sphere, then it'll untap, so it's all fine and dandy. I thought about building Turbo Fog and playing it for the channel. So this is as good a time as any to ask, would Turbo Fog be a deck that you guys would like to see? Let me know about that. I'd like to know. Inquiring minds. Let's play Impact Tremors. We actually have game now. Okay, I just realized that we have game. So let's... yeah, just need to make sure. So play Retraction Helix. Play Shield Sphere. Okay. Was just trying to think, because at first I was thinking that we didn't have enough mana. I don't know why. I guess I can't count. But yes, so we will have game here. Bounce our Shield Sphere back. Play Shield Sphere into Impact Tremors. And go on and on and on from there. So we're going to return Shield Sphere. Cast Shield Sphere. Untap Nettle Drone. Impact Tremors. On and on. I don't know whether our opponent recognizes the combo. Maybe they just want to see me play it out, but this is our combo indeed. If you don't know what his deck does while I'm doing all this clicking, if our opponent makes me click all of this all the way out, then I will cut this out. Okay guys, so we're back. I'm gonna cut that cut what happened before because I had to click through it. Our opponent did make me go ahead and finish the combo out. Not quite sure why. I don't think they had a way to stop it, and I guess if this was a tournament or something and they wanted to force me to time out, possibly, but I don't really think that was the case with what we were doing, seeing as this is not a tournament match or anything, but that is their business, not mine. I think we want to take out the dispels because we're not going to actually try to counter his spells, his fog spells, because we don't really care about them, since we are not going to kill him off by doing damage. So we'll take out the dispels, put in the negates and the Pyroblast. Pyroblast mainly to get rid of Jace's Erasure, the negates mainly to counter Jace's Erasure. Other than that, I think that that's everything. Echoing Truths. Echoing Truth, if he gets multiple Jace's Erasures out and we Echoing Truth all of them out, it does slow him down a lot, but I don't think that we're going to try to take the game into that long. So I think it might be fine for us to just go with how we have it. Okay. I don't think we can keep this. I think we're going to need a mulligan. I think this might work. We don't need another retraction Helix. We'll put that on bottom. Our opponent chooses to go first. Those Guru Islands really are nice. I'm really wondering how much they are on here. I know that they're kind of expensive on paper, because I have looked into getting them before. I'm just going to go Island Pass. They're not my favorite island art, but they are very pretty. Jace's Erasure for our opponents. So they are off to a lot better start than they were last game. Let's go ahead and play Ponder. More Ponders, Faithless Looting, Impact Tremors. Impact Tremors wins us the game. So I think we want to do Faithless Looting on bottom. We'll draw into the Ponder, and then this turn we'll draw the Impact Tremors. Well, I guess if I wanted the Ponder, I should have put Faithless Looting on top, because he is going to mill me next turn whenever he draws. I mean, either way, it'll be a draw spell. Just kind of would have preferred Ponder in this situation. But Faithless Looting will also be fine. But of course, in all likelihood, we will get milled for more than that. Oh yeah, well, there's 3, so yeah, we'd definitely get milled for more than that. So let's just keep an eye on our graveyard, see what is going on. Lose a Reckless Fireweaver, but... See, this is where Echoing Truth would have been nice, but I think that we still made the right decision, but... We'll see how it plays out. I think we made the right choice. So our opponent does not have mana open for counter magic, so we will drop our Nettle Drone. And next turn we will attempt to cast Retraction Helix and get Impact Tremors out and win the game from there. Will be the goal. Our opponent gets 2 Erasure triggers this turn. As I was saying before, I did think about playing this deck on the channel. I know that some people don't really like mill, they're kind of annoyed by it, but I know that, I forget what they asked Mark Rosewater on Tumblr. If you guys are on Tumblr, I definitely recommend following Mark Rosewater. He's a pretty interesting person and has a lot of interesting facts about Magic. So if you're here, I am assuming that you like the game of Magic. Interesting little tidbits. Oh, there goes my phone. Hoping it doesn't ring too loud on the recording. Okay. So we cast Banishing Knack, targeting Nettle Drone. Countered by Dispel. Cast Banishing Knack, targeting Nettle Drone. We pulled it off, guys. Alright. So that is another win in the books for us. Let's see if we can try and pick up another one. Alright guys, we're back into it now after that last game ended. We did win, but our opponent made me go ahead and play it out, so I went ahead and cut it. So that you guys didn't have to look at all of that. Was kind of boring to watch. Ooh, Elves. Okay. Well, I guess that wasn't last game. That was the... Well, it was last match, but it wasn't last game. I am slightly confused about where I'm at in time right now. I've been playing a lot of games today. I've been having trouble getting good games in. I have another Ponder. I'd kind of like to try and get something better than this. But I also want that Swiftwater Cliffs. Part of me does. I think I'm just gonna shuffle this in. I think that's the best thing we could do for right now. Opponent taps, taps, to untap, tap. Tippity tap. Oh, this is... I don't know what this is. I don't usually see Manamorphose in it. I guess there's not really a problem with playing Manamorphose in it, but... Elves, that is. Okay. For Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting just gets us the islands and the mountain, though. So it really doesn't do much for us if we draw it, so... We're going to shuffle this in. We'll get an Ornithopter. It's not bad. We'll play the island so that we can dispel if we need to. I don't really think that we need to. So this is the put a +1/+1 on it. Okay. So the one that can get very big very quickly. But what I was saying last game about the mill decks and Mark Rosewater, he's in research and development, and somebody asked him about just how many mill cards there actually are in the game, and that they personally found mill kind of frustrating to play against, so they were wondering, you know, why they print so many cards, because it seems like an unpopular mechanic. But he was saying it's actually one of the most popular mechanics that they print, which I thought was pretty interesting. So that leads into, if you guys want to see me play a mill deck like that, I'd like to possibly play it, but I don't know whether you guys... I have the Jace's Erasure in my inventory. Okay, so our opponent attacks. We're gonna let that go through. It's gonna be 5 damage. 6. Playing a pump spell. What was that one? Oh yeah. Oh. But can we win? I think we do win. Okay, so we're gonna go Reckless Fireweaver. We're gonna go tap Nettle. Well, no, we'll do it like this because we need to get rid of the Essence Warden. Oh, well, he has 2 Essence Wardens, so we can't win here. Oh man, that's kind of irritating because he'll actually be gaining life as we're casting the Ornithopter, because he has 2 and we only have 1 that's going to deal damage. Oh man, that's kind of rough. I guess we'll just hold priority. We can dispel something, or possibly Retraction Helix, Nettle Drone. Fenderhorn Elves, can't do anything about that. Our opponent gets a lot of triggers. opponent is gaining life very quickly. I think we are dead this turn. Yeah. I think we're just going to go ahead and concede there. Our opponent is getting ahead of us very quickly. I don't really know what side here. Blazing Volley, I think, is a definite. Echoing Truth seems good. Dispels don't seem good. So I think they could go out. So I'm thinking 1 Echoing Truth and 2 Blazing Volleys. And we'll try that. And we will play first. This hand is okay. The biggest thing we're going to have to worry about is that Essence Warden, because that did create more of a problem for us last game than I anticipated. At least here we would have Impact Tremors and Reckless Fireweaver if we had to. That's kind of on the extreme end. Let's go ahead and get Reckless Fireweaver out and pass turn. We just need to be able to overcome the life gain from Essence Warden. There it is. There is our Essence Warden to play around. So now Impact Tremors is necessary, or Blazing Volley, which makes me kind of want to ponder and try to dig for one almost. I don't know what to do about that, actually. Let's ponder and then play Impact Tremors if we have to. So there's a Banishing Knack, which we kind of need. We don't need this Impact Tremors. We don't need this Ponder. And we do need the Banishing Knack, but I think we should try for something else. Well, ask and ye shall receive. I don't know whether I want to use it this early on, but we do need to get rid of that Essence Warden if we're going to win this game. I think I'd rather hold it until we're going to try to win the game, just in case he plays another one. And we'll just hold back for now. Another Essence Warden. Okay, so I'm glad we held back the Blazing Volley. Timberwatch Elves. So we're getting a lot of cards on board very quickly. Very, very quickly indeed. So we need to be able to bounce things back. I think that's pretty obvious considering that is what this deck does. So I think we want to get Nettle Drone out this turn so that we can start that. Our opponent will gain a lot of life and lose 1 to Impact Tremors. So next turn, we're going to need to resolve Blazing Volley for sure. I haven't seen blue from our opponent yet. I don't think we saw it. Well, there we go, another Essence Warden. Normally Elves play blue, so I'm kind of surprised. He may have played blue and I just didn't realize it last turn. Commune with Nature. Okay, so we need to win this turn. Timberwatch Elves. It can save one of the Essence Wardens. attacking with 2 Essence Wardens. I really don't know why he's doing that. And that, like, he doesn't, well, yeah, he does have mana. I'm not going to block because I'm thinking he has Pump Spell, or, yeah, is going to go Timberwatch. So now that Timberwatch is tapped, we can actually wipe his entire board safely. So, I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a pretty good thing to do to me. Well, not as Timberwatch. So now we will play Banishing Knack, targeting Nettle Drone. We can actually do this kind of the smart way. Bounce him, cast Ornithopter. That is one of the options that we had if our opponent still had an Essence Warden out. We could bounce it with our first tap with the Nettle Drone. So we will now be doing 2 damage every time we loot the Ornithopter. So our opponent does go ahead and concede, and we will go to begin sideboarding. Oh, I think that our current plan is the best thing that we have going right now. The Blazing Volley definitely was clutch. I think that the Blazing Volley is just necessary for us to be able to win the game. I think we can keep this. I'm happy with this hand. Essence Warden already, man. Let's play a Swiftwater Cliffs. So we can Ponder next turn. Or we could play Impact Tremors. Playing Impact Tremors seems good. At the same time, I kind of want to Ponder for... If I Ponder, then I can play Swiftwater Cliffs this turn instead. So I think that's what we want to do. We do need an Ornithopter, but we need... Yeah, this is actually... As long as we have the Ornithopter, we're fine. So I think we want to put Banishing Knack on bottom. Island next. Ornithopter. And not shuffle. So we have the Ornithopter in hand, and now we can play our Swiftwater Cliffs. So we can go Impact Tremors. I think we go Nettle Drone. We'll need at least 2 Impact Tremors out to overcome that Essence Warden. It's a very interesting back and forth game now because of the Essence Wardens. I'm very familiar with this type of life gain shenanigans. My paper, well, one of my paper EDH decks is Darien, King of Kjeldr, so I'm used to putting out creatures and gaining more life than we should. Our opponent bounces back the Kyrian Ranger. Well, uses the Kyrian Ranger to bounce back a forest and then play a forest so that he can play the Fenderhorn Elves. All of the fun things that Elves can do. Let's go ahead and play our Nettle Drone, I think. Yeah, well, we could do Impact Tremors and a Faithless Looting. Or Faithless Looting and then Impact Tremors. But we need to get Nettle Drone out. Oh, there's just no good solution here. We're just in kind of a tight spot. We're just trying to race against our opponent. They'll gain a life from Essence Warden. Oh no. The good old spider silk armor. So our opponent is now going to be able to survive our blazing volley unless we get 2 of them, which is kind of a hard thing to pull off. At this point we could cast infinitely and deal infinite 1 damage with impact tremors, but it will feed back into Essence Warden. Same problem that we had in the first game, I think it was. So we're going to play impact tremors here. Play another impact tremors. And hope that he does not get another Essence Warden out. If he does, then we might have a problem. Leave Nettle Drone open so that we can tap him at the end of our opponent's next turn. Elvish Mystic comes down to allow him to draw a card, gain some life, and pump up his Vanguard. There goes my phone again. I do apologize. I know that my phone rings several times during my videos. I'm trying to talk over it. That is actually my home phone, and it does not really allow me to, doesn't really allow me to silence it, which is, you know, quite annoying. We're going to let that go through, and I think we can win next turn because, well, no, he did get another, oh man, get another Essence Warden out. Well, let's Faithless Looting and see if we can draw into an answer. And that answer would be a, another Impact Tremors, or not that. We'll discard the island. We would need a Fire Weaver and an Impact Tremors. We don't need this stuff. We will shuffle. Shield Sphere, not what we need either. We need a Shield Sphere for a blocker is really what we need. So we can tap, deal 1, cast Shield Sphere. But as I was saying, my home phone does not allow me to actually silence it, and it is the loudest thing in the world. So I do apologize for that. I hope that you guys can understand that. Hopefully one day I will be able to have a lovely big studio for you guys with soundproof walls and everything. That would be nice. Don't think I'm quite there yet. Don't think I'm making those PewDiePie numbers to justify getting all of that. But we'll get there one day. We'll get there. We'll block here. If we block there... Oh, we're not in declare blockers. Okay, I'm sorry. I was really trying to figure out why I couldn't do that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll live. Shield Sphere will not, sadly. So it is crunch time this turn. We have to make things happen. That doesn't make things happen. Well, actually it does. Well, it would if we had one more turn. Looks like we're going to have to flash back a Faithless Looting. Well, there's our Fire Weaver. We need Banishing Knack to win, but the problem is we need one more land, which is that island. But that would mean that we have to discard the Ornithopter, which means that we don't win the game. So I am afraid that that is good game to our opponent. We were so close, so very close. But that is definitely a good game. I enjoyed it. So, good game, Mr. G4 Gregarious? Yeah, that. Whatever that is. Gosh, why is my phone still ringing? But anyway, that is going to be the game there. But what would we have drawn next? But yeah, if we would have had one more card in hand that we could have pitched instead, we could have played the land, and then we would have had the Ornithopter, and we could have won despite the Essence Warden, because the Reckless Fireweaver, yeah, Reckless Fireweaver would have been one more life destruction, I guess, or burn damage than they had life gain. So we would have been able to outpace them there with our infinite combo, but just didn't quite make it. But it was a very good game to G-Forge's that. I really got to try to, well, I need to stop trying to pronounce these names because I'm just never going to be able to do it. But that is the games for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed with our new schedule. Still getting used to it, but I'm enjoying it. I think that so far you guys seem to be reacting positively to it as well. Other than that, on to our usual end of video statements. I hope you enjoyed. I would love to hear from you guys what I can do to improve, and let me know what decks you want to see next. I am always looking to take suggestions. Tell me which formats, which decks you want to see, and I will do my best to provide that content for you lovely people. Please remember to subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos, as well as some of the other great videos from the great content creators on this channel. Other than that, I will see you guys next week, and have a great day.